So today we have another EA FC 24 career mode video. Today we're taking a look at the pitch notes, the career mode deep dive, and we're going to focus more specifically on manager career mode today. Tomorrow will be player career mode. So there's a lot to talk about here. If you do enjoy the video, please leave a like for me. It always helps. And make sure you subscribe to get all the latest FC 24 news. So we're going to click on manager career mode here, and there's a couple pillars for this. We've got total management system, pre-match preparations, tactical view, additional improvements, and dynamic moments as well. That's what makes up manager career mode new features this year. So we've got total management system, tactical vision. Managers can be involved in all major club decisions, whether they implement changes themselves or make sure they've got the right staff around them to delegate to. We strive to allow you to put your stamp on the game, to fuel the identity of your clubs as you take charge of them, and ultimately feel in control of the way your team behaves on and off the pitch. Tactical vision enables you to have easier control over selecting, implementing, and then perfecting the way your team approaches their football. To begin with, you can choose from 7 different tactical, real-world and authentic philosophies, from park to bus to gegenpressing, in terms of how you want your team to play. So the available 7 are standard, which is a balanced approach. Wing play makes use of the full width of the pitch when in possession. Tiki-taka, a possession-based style of play. Counter-attack, low risk and low block are the key to this style of play. And then gegenpress, this strategy is based around a high press. And then we've got kick and rush, a style of play built around strength and athleticism. And then we've got park the bus. Your team bases its game around a solid, uncompromising defending. Now EA has embedded some gameplay clips here, so let's take a look. See if there's anything interesting. So we've got the standard approach. This is what it's going to look like in the game as you play. It gives you some information on the right there for standard. And then there's also wing play. It gives you some information and you can watch the footage there on the mini map, I guess. We've also got tiki-taka there, so it tells you what you need to know for that. And then there's also gegenpress. Let me just get to it. There we go. And then we've also got park the bus. And then we've also got counter-attack. So basically, when you're in the game, you take a look at these visions and you apply the one you want. There's kick and rush as well. So let me know which one you're going to pick in the game. Tactical visions start from tactics and player instruction presets. Our goal was to enable player expression within each vision, so most of the settings are quite flexible. There are, however, defining settings for each vision that can't be modified. For example, you can't play counter-attacking football without setting your chance creation to forward runs, just like you can't engage with wing play without setting your wingers to be extra wide on the pitch. If you don't want to use any of the 7 visions we've set up, you can always create a custom setup, which is where players who change the defining setting of an existing vision will go as well. You can always go into this career mode menu here and just create a custom one. So you can see there we've got wing play, but you can change the defensive style, the width and all that. So you still have that customization if you want to use that. And any vision can be applied to any formation they have in the game. Tactical vision works independently of game plans, so you can choose to have one vision to rule them all or assign an individual vision to each plan. Example, ultra defensive to park the bus, defensive to counterattack, balanced to tiki-taka. So yeah, you can put different ones to different game plans here as well. Tactical vision scouting. We've also refreshed the scouting so you can recruit players that are natural fits for your tactical system. So apart from existing filters, position, age, and remaining contract, we've added some new ones. Tactical fit. With Tactical Fit, your scouts will report back on players that stand out in those areas of their game. For example, when looking for a central midfielder that is compatible with counter-attack, your scouts will prioritize agility, stamina, dribbling, and acceleration among other attributes, while a tiki-taka centre mid will need good levels of ball control, short passing, positioning to be a part of the report. Overall condition, this is a filter that determines the quality of the player you're looking for, ranging from backup to world class. Play styles, need a player that has a specific play style in their arsenal. This is where you ask for it. So you can see the filter there, tactical fit, overall condition as well, and there's play styles as well. So it's good that they've added in more filters. Next up, let's talk about another new feature called coaches. Before we dive into how they operate, let's clarify how they work across departments. Each team is made up of the following departments: attack, midfield, defense, and goalkeeping. Depending on their pitch positions, all players are linked to their relevant department, including senior and youth players. Players who are loaned out do not belong to a department. Each coach needs to be assigned to a department so the players in that department can benefit from the knowledge and skills of that coach. Coaches have 2 dimensions: tactical knowledge and player development. So the first one is tactical knowledge. Each coach is described by their knowledge of the aforementioned tactical visions. There are 3 levels of knowledge: novice, accomplished, and expert. You can see that here. Tactical vision is on the left, knowledge is there, so expert, novice, and accomplished there, and the name there. As a baseline, each coach is at a novice level on all 7 visions. On top of that, some more experienced coaches will be at accomplished or expert level on only 1 vision. Over time, coaches earn XP on a tactical vision through matches played and more so through match wins. The XP gained on a vision contributes towards reaching the next knowledge level. All coaches at a club are eligible to earn vision-specific XP from matches, except the ones that have already reached expert level on that vision. So there's a screenshot here. You can see the stars you have achieved and the ideal ones. And you can see that this guy is an expert. He's the head mid coach. It says, with coaching staff in place, when a vision is selected, the game automatically picks the coach with the best knowledge level in each department and assigns them as head of department. The knowledge the head coach has can increase attributes of players in their department. The higher the knowledge level is, the more attributes can be. Novice levels typically increase 3 attributes at most, while expert coaches can increase up to 9. The attributes that are increased for each player are determined by the combination of the tactical vision that the coach knows and the position the player has on the pitch. So for instance, a wing play coach can increase crossing, sprint speed, acceleration, dribbling for wingers, and also strength, heading, and shot power, jumping and finishing for strikers. By comparison, a counter-attack coach can increase agility, stamina, finishing, dribbling and acceleration for wingers, and then we've got dribbling, ball control, acceleration, finishing and sprint speed for strikers. So we've got a screenshot here of Grealish. You can see if the coach's mastery is novice, sprint speed, crossing and sprint speed, I don't know why there's 2 sprint speeds, goes up there. And then there's also, if it's accomplished, long pass goes up, short pass and finishing. And if it's an expert, stamina, dribbling and acceleration increase as well. So I think if the coach gets to expert, all 9 increase. And if it stays at novice, only 3 increase. If he goes to accomplished, then 6 increase. So I think that's how it works. You can see Haaland here as well. You can see that this guy would be an absolute beast in the game. Tactical vision knowledge levels apply to players irrespective of department, so you get the same amount of increased attributes for a coach, whether you assign to attack, midfield or defense. Keepers have less attributes to begin with, so they have less attributes increased as a side effect of that. Attribute increases only apply on the pitch during matches and depend on the position the player is assigned to. The size of the increase is determined by the player sharpness. You need the right levels of sharpness to get a strong increase while also having enough energy to be eligible to play the match. When the vision is set to or changed to custom by editing the defining settings, the following applies. The game still selects the best available knowledge in each department, this time irrespective of the 7 vision presets. The knowledge is penalized, expert becomes accomplished, accomplished becomes novice, novice stays the same. The player can manually select which coach is to be head of each department. Coaches do not gain XP during matches when a custom vision is selected, so yeah, there's another penalty there as well. Player development is up next. Coaches are also defined by the set of skills they have for developing players over time. Their quality is described by sets of stars ranging from 1 to 5 and are department specific. When a coach is assigned to a department, the relevant skills they bring to the table add up to similar skills of the other coaches in that department. A department tool is calculated by adding all the department specific stars of the coaches assigned there. We'll call this achieved quality in this article. So you can see Cameron Hudson here, 5 stars for everything. This guy is a master of everything. And it says here, the players that make up a department determine what is needed from the coaching staff that manage it. Based on the number of players, their overall end potential, the ideal quality of each department is calculated and displayed. This is the threshold that needs to be reached in terms of achieved quality in order to access the maximum boost on player development plans. Players whose development plans are boosted get more XP, ultimately leading to completing their growth and conversion plans in less time. That's why managers can always see the effect of the coaches per department on the development plan finish date compared to when no coaches are allocated to that department. The existing factors that determine the XP growth of players, such as match time, actions and form, work similarly to how they worked in the past, while the coach boost is applied on top. As a reference, no coaches in the department take your development speed to less than what it was in the past, while meeting the ideal quality standards makes plans finish faster than before. So you can see achieved 0, ideal is 21, midfield is 0, ideal 18. This one is achieved 28, ideal 26. Because we've passed the stars, you can see that the development plan takes much less time. For example, Chilwell can go from 12 weeks to 5 weeks to be an inverted wing back, and there's other players there as well. Something to keep in mind is the fact that ideal quality is dynamic, so it does evolve with the changes that apply to your squad, whether it's from transfers or player development. Trimming down your squad to make sure fewer, more important players get all the attention of your coaches is worth considering. Now we've got coach management. You can decide how to assign hired coaches to the club's departments depending on the needs of each club. However, every club has a limited number of open spots to hire coaches, which mainly depends on the stature or worth of the club. Year-on-year extra coach slots can be unlocked by the board if you have a good manager rating at the end of the previous season. The list of coaches that are available on the market refreshes periodically, so if you don't find what you're looking for, you can return after some time and check again. There's also a coach wish list that enables managers to list the sought-after vision, knowledge and specific coach skills, and even get a notification when a suitable candidate becomes available. Coaches can be moved freely between departments with no implications to balance the dynamic ideal quality of each department. They can also be released by the club to make room for better coaches, but this will generate a severance package to be paid and the released coach will not appear on the market again. So you can see here Pope was in the midfield, and then we're going to bring him up to attack, and the stars for the attack go up. Similar to putting together the perfect squad, gathering the ideal staff is a process that takes skill, patience and time. It creates a new dimension of improving your club, and it enables you to experiment to find an ideal mix. For example, it can be useful to focus on just one vision and recruit the relevant staff that enable you to execute it perfectly, and use the rest of the slots to fuel improved player development. Next up is training plans. While having a solid tactical plan is a must-have, it's also only a part of the process of getting ready for your next game. Team prep is a season-long quest of finding the right balance between building up the players' match sharpness and helping them regain their fitness as soon as possible. We've revamped the team training system to better reflect the role modern managers have in getting the team firing at all cylinders with the help of their staff. Training plans allow you to establish the right balance between building performance and regaining energy for each player in the squad. There's 5 training plans to choose from, ranging from focused on performance to focused on energy. Selecting one of them for a player will tell the club staff what they should be focusing on for that player. You'll find that the priorities shift as the season progresses, depending on the minutes played, the natural fitness of each player, and the weight of your calendar for your entire squad. So we've got the clip here, you've got all the players in your squad, and you've got the different kinds of programs you can put the player on. And obviously some will increase sharpness, some will increase fitness more than others unless you stay unbalanced. But if you press triangle, you can apply training plan to a group. R3 takes you to team management, or you can copy the latest style. Or if you just want to apply it to a player, you can just press the X button there to change the plan. If you want to apply it to a whole group, you'll get a prompt like this, which lets you do it for all players or apply it to the starting 11. So you don't have to do micromanaging each player, you can just apply it to a whole group as well. For instance, when the season starts and the players are back from the holidays, they're seriously lacking match practice, so sharpness is low. As the season progresses, you'll find you'll need to pay more attention to fitness levels. A player that is back from an injury or just transferred from a different league might benefit from a different training plan than the rest of your team. Training plans can be assigned individually or to groups of players, starting 11, subs, reserves. We've also implemented a copy last function to allow you to set your last manually selected training plan to other players. We finally move on to the next pillar, so that was the longest one. Now they're going to be a bit shorter now, so pre-match preps are up next. Preparing your team to face the opposition is an integral part of football. The new Matchday Hub encompasses the pre-match report, dedicated training sessions and press conferences, all contributing to how you can best overcome your next opponent. Pre-match reports are back. I do believe they were in older career modes. I remember one of those very old career modes had pre-match reports. Apparently you get the key insights regarding how your opponent is likely to play. Information is provided on the opposing team as a whole and specific threats. So you've got probable lineup, the opponent's predicted formation, factoring in match availability and the vision and all that. Opposing teams' form over the last 5 matches and competition standing. Opponent threats, split in key attacking and key defensive players. So for example, we've got Liverpool. You can see the Gegan pressing. That's their tactical vision, key defensive player and attacking player, their league placement, and also their overall, and also the last 5 matches there. So this is going to be good, I reckon. Match ready training. You can do training sessions that consist of one-off drills that allow you to focus your team's attention on a specific area of the game in order to unlock temporary playstyles for your players. The temporary playstyles will depend on the chosen drill and the positions of the players in the drill. Only players that are in the drill are eligible for the temporary playstyles. For instance, let's say you hope to aerially dominate your next opponent in their box. Completing the game crossing scenarios drill will equip your strikers with a power header playstyle, wingers with whipped pass playstyles, and defensive midfielders with an aerial playstyle. Match ready training hosts a variety of different drills. So you can see there, when you go to the match ready training, you'll have different drills for different departments. I don't know if you can do all the drills or just one. If you pick this one, for example, you can see 3 players get a temporary playstyle, and that might help you in the game. Of course, they're only available for one game, these playstyles. They do expire after the match is over. Tactical View is up next. Ever since we added the option to sim the match at high speed, we have received requests from the community about being able to spectate a match. We wanted to make sure we deliver this addition to the best of our ability, and we're happy to share the details here. Through Tactical View, you'll be able to watch the match from different viewing angles. You can monitor the activity of specific players or get a bird's eye view of the whole action. We have even added an option to spectate the match from the chaos and dynamics of the touchline from just behind the manager. You can change views as the match goes on without needing to pause, and you can make quick tactics changes as well as switch your game plan as the game progresses. So I guess here is a look at it, and you can see here on the bottom, target none, camera classic, manager view, and hide the menu. So you're not actually playing the game using your controller, you're just spectating, and I guess you can do tactics like that. So if you want to do like a football manager thing, you can watch the games and take control of the tactics only without actually controlling the players. So you can watch it from this camera angle as well, and I think there's more, so you can see that. It's like you're in the stands watching the game as well, and then there's one behind the goal. So essentially it's using all these different camera angles to help you spectate in unique ways. I don't know if I'm going to use this. I guess we'll find out when the time comes. If you want to take matters into your own hands, you're able to do so through the pause menu, or maybe you gained a comfortable lead and want to sit back and watch the rest of the game. You can even transition to sim to get to the final whistle faster. We move on to additional improvements. We're almost done. We've expanded the amount of clothing and accessory options for managers to include requested items like hoodies, tracksuits, sweater shirt combos, as well as glasses. Finally, the glasses. Our list of kit templates for Create Your Club has been expanded to include a variety of models that are featuring chest sponsors. So I guess there'll be sponsors in career mode. We've redesigned the decision-making process of the AI when determining whether they want to add a buy clause or not when you loan out a player to them. We've implemented a point system that will evaluate the buy clause desirability based on multiple factors: the quality of the player, how much of the team's transfer budget would be required to buy the player, if the club lacks squad depth in the area, or if they have an excess of players in that particular department. We've added a change to the AI shopping list logic to make sure that the board priority a club has for youth development will play a role in determining how much they would look for promising players. Expect tougher competition from the likes of Man City and Real Madrid to sign the stars of the future. Moving forward, the AI will try to keep a balanced number of players on the left and right sides of the pitch. Dynamic Moments is up next. Our cinematics team has been hard at work this year with a very clear goal in mind: celebrate success. We've looked at accolades from both a team and an individual level, and we are so excited to include the following scenes. We're bringing in the Ballon d'Or to showcase the pinnacle of player performance recognition in FC24. Enjoy the thrill of your player receiving the world's most prestigious individual football award. The Open Top Bus Trophy Parade will represent the conclusion of a season, which has seen you help your team win at least one trophy, but will bring together all the trophies you have won. The Manager of the Year and Player of the Season awards will be presented to their winners in extravagant galas. Ensure your team delivers top performances across the season to grab the award yourself, or cheer on your players from the audience as they lift the prestigious trophy at the end of a campaign. So you can see the Ballon d'Or officially licensed. Beautiful. The new dynamic moment cutscenes will be only viewable on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC in both manager and player career. So that is pretty much your manager career mode. All the new features coming. Let me know what you think. This was a long video, but I hope you learned a lot. We've got player career mode coming tomorrow as well.